he's going to capsize.
Australia!
Oh my word! Spain diving inside there. I think it was too late.
Looks like they're gone. No, the tip of the wing is in the water.
He looks like he's lined up with the yellow line, Jimmy Spittle. The ladder line shows him to be a few metres ahead, but he's missed the jibe. Just 65 kilometres an hour as Burling and his New Zealand crew. Are they lined up for the left turn? Yes, they are. They're in good breeze, great first downwind from the New Zealand crew, and expect a left turn, better tide and better wind out to sea.
Could be some tight crossings here as they approach this second gate. It will be New Zealand in first place, the Americans sitting in second.
Oh, and Spain diving inside. American boat. Oh, there's a collision on board the American boat and the Spanish boat. Oh my lord. Spain diving inside there. I think it was too late. Massive moment on board there. Wow. Hopefully everyone's okay. There we go. It's going to have to hear from the umpire, Craig Mitchell, as to whether or not the Spanish were entitled to room there. If they were, Jimmy Spittle should have got out of his way. I think they came in too late, but we're going to find that out. And they dived inside. It looks like there's been a bit of damage there.
Umpires, penalty Spain, relative USA, no room.
Bit of a collision. There's going to really need to be a check of that American boat.
How close was the Spanish hull to hitting the American rudder? That could have been a season ender.
On the final upwind leg, Lisa Darmanin, has anything changed as far as conditions that would give you hope for maybe a New Zealand or Australia getting themselves in?
A little wider on the right, huh? Well, what's interesting, Todd, is this range really good. Australia's going to capsize! Australia's capsizing!
Oh my word! Oh, they got the wing. Oh, went wrong there. Something went wrong with the wing invert again. Oh no, have a look at it. Big moment. We've never seen that before in SailGP. They all look all right. The crew in the pods. Oh, plenty of experience there, but that disaster for the Australians. What a moment out there on the water. Oh,
so the three-time reigning and defending champions absolutely stopped in the water as they put it over here on leg 5 of 7 in race number 5.
Oh, we're going to need to see a replay of that soon. I mean, everyone looks okay on the boat. That's the main news there. We come back to the race and we can see Seherstedt in the lead. What's this done to the overalls?
This has messed up the overalls a little bit, and currently we've seen Canada in 4th place, so they're not currently making this final. The French 1 point ahead of them.
Have a go at the speed. 43 knots these guys are doing. Oh, France have just had a big moment. Australia are trying to hold on to it too. This is so loose. USA, these guys are just in complete survival mode here, Shirley.
They've got to get it round. The Aussies just standing here, getting ready for a big bear away.
It is all about this bear away, and there's Australia trying to get it in. Will they hold it off? You've got to have a look at the sea state here. It is so big. Oh, the USA are in. Are they going to survive? I don't think they are. Yes, they have. Good job by the USA to hold that. The Great Britain team above it. The USA still aren't out of this yet. They've got to try and stop it. It looks like they're gone. No, the tip of the wing is in the water.
Takes the charge. Now Outridge controls the start here. I like where Phil Robertson and the Spanish boat is out the back. Japan leading the fleet back early. Spanish team have control of the bottom end of the line at the moment with 19 seconds to go. I think Outridge and... Oh my lord! No! The British crew have crashed. They had no rights there. Lost control of the boat. There's going to be disaster for the Japanese and the British there. That's unbelievable. You've got to be kidding me, says Nathan Outridge, and I can quite believe that. There goes the gun. Phil Robertson and the Spanish boat did have control. Brilliant start by the Spanish. Brilliant start by Tom Slingsby, and it's Peter Burling third off the line, but that is not the story of that start. A massive miscalculation from Ainsley, and there is no bow on the Japanese boat. Disaster for the Japanese team.
Stevie, take
here we go. Come back on board here now. The British crew must keep clear, but look, they fly the boat too high and they fly it right through the bow of the Japanese crew there. I think it's cut the bow off the Japanese boat. We're on board at the back of the Japanese boat. Look at the British boat leap out of the water, and look at that. Oh my lord, the forces involved there, unbelievable. Watch the foil on the British boat, right hand side of the screen. It's going to cut into the Japanese hull. Look at the load there. Arms up, unbelievable.
If you weren't with us for yesterday's action, Australia won all 3 races. Now remember, there's 2 races, 2 fleet races, and then only the top 3 boats will
Todd,
move into
sorry
the
to interrupt.
race.
We've got a big issue in the middle of the fleet here. Nathan Outteridge, very late to manoeuvre, and he's collided with the US crew. This is a big moment on board here. The Japanese boat on board the American boat. Hopefully no one's hurt, but that was a big misjudgment from Outteridge. These 2 boats are really stuck now, Freddie.
The leeward shroud of the USA boat is cutting the bow of the Japanese boat off here. This is a major, major collision.
Here we go, on starboard tack, the American crew and Spithill coming in on port. Nathan Outteridge had to keep clear, but misjudges it. Have a look at that shroud, Freddie.
It's like a cheese wire through cheese there. Unbelievable, making light work of that carbon fibre bow. That is a good chance that'll be the end of the Japanese day, but we'll have to see how they get on in repairing it.
We just saw this just a short moment ago, and it is a complete and utter disaster for Emirates, for the New Zealand team right now. It looks like everyone's accounted for. There's Peter Burling assessing the damage, and Stevie, that is the operative word, damage.
Well, I mean, that's disaster. I don't know about damage. We don't know quite what's happened, but I mean, this is another one of those potentially season-defining moments. I mean, look at that. There is no way that wing is going back together very quickly. I mean, it's great to hear everyone's okay, but I mean, who knows what's happened out there? Pete Burling, he looks like he's not entirely sure what's happened out there. You can see him standing, helmet off. Blair Tuke put his helmet back on, and I mean, I think they'd probably be right near the top of the leaderboard after the first day. In fact, I think they are joint first as we stand, but there's no way they're sailing with that wing tomorrow, so absolutely disastrous for them. New Zealand need to get into that boundary for protection. All the boats start to turn, but they've got to keep clear of Australia there on board Canada. Big contact. What? That was unthinkable there. They weren't in the boundary. I don't know that Canada can turn in front. That's a massive incident there. Oh my word.
Damage.
Major damage to the Australian boat. That's a day ender potentially there. I don't know what they've caught. Have they caught something in the water? They had to turn suddenly. You can see they're not really ready. They're not expecting to have to turn. That boundary came up real quick, and almost to me looks like he could see the mark, but he just had to avoid a collision with the other boat. And yeah, it was obviously...
Look at this angle.
Look at that. Oh my days. But yeah, he's thinking I've got right of way here, but there's a boundary to the right-hand side of our screen that New Zealand and Canada are allowed to turn, even though they're turning onto what would traditionally not be the right of way. So they avoid that collision, but oh my word, big impact. And that's the best of the best there.
GBR, they're already out.
And the wind is, I've heard it described as just dropping out of the sky as it swirls around the skyscrapers, and we can see them now. They're rocked over on the side there. Is the race over for them today?
Yeah, it's going to be over for them. Unfortunately, there's going to be water ingress into electronics. These boats are really, really complex, and that means they won't be able to carry on. Plus, the wing is a bit damaged.
But the Australians are trying to squeeze down to gate 2 here. Looks like they've done it in 1. This should be a big gain for the Australian crew. Oh, but they leap up round there. Good save on the rounding. Nathan Outteridge's Japanese crew are going to split the course. It's tight. Starboard tack with Great Britain. France and New Zealand must keep clear.
Another collision.
Oh, the French needed to get out of the way there. The Great British boats had the right of way. The Kiwis, oh my lord, another incident. These gusty conditions are catching everyone out. De La Pierre needed to jibe away there and give New Zealand room to keep clear. We're probably going to hear again from the umpire, Craig Mitchell. This is a battle of attrition out here. Here we go, starboard tack, Great Britain has right of way. France must give room for the Kiwi boat to keep clear. They don't, there's nowhere to go, they leap up. Hopefully everyone's all right. Oh, it's some serious drama out here. Look, New Zealand are set up to jibe. They're expecting France to get out of the way, but the French are just not doing anything. Wow. My lord, that was a big moment in sport there. De La Pierre puts his arms in the air. Oh, there's a bit of action, top left-hand side of screen. Apologies for the industrial language coming off the boats there. We can see a really tight move. Spain looked like they turned right in front of the Canadians. Oh, and it was the boat, the Canadians, that should have had the right of way in that situation. Got to expect a penalty coming here, Phil Robertson. Obviously, heightened moves there. We can see boats falling off the foils, inaccuracy of manoeuvres. Decision-making is really, really hard.
And happy takeoff.
Well, just before we checked in with Lisa down on the water, you saw 4 boats all looking to see like they were jockeying for one spot. Meanwhile, we go over with Switzerland. See the penalty now being doled out, looks like to Canada, their 3rd penalty of this race.
Wow, that is amazing that the Canadians got a penalty for that. I could only assume that Phil Robertson just didn't see the Spanish. I'd have thought they'd been coming at each other from a different direction.
Build the speed in this
Bit of an unforced error by the Canadians there. Here we go. We're going to get to see what happened here. Canada, well, they had the right of way there, but he's manoeuvring. Oh, my Lord, look at the turn there. Wow. That's incredible scenes out there on the water. I mean, that we're going to have to ask a little bit more detail. The right of way looked to be with the Canadians, but they were turning direction here.
on board.
Oh, my word. I mean, that is a big, big moment.
1. France with a very impressive race. They check in 2nd place, so that's 10 points and 9 points going to the Kiwis and the French. Spain will finish in 3rd, and that's huge.
It's a good work by Spain. Great Britain, good result for Giles Scott, but I tell you what, that was an ominous performance.
So Germany claims 6th. And it looks like Nathan Outteridge, who was sitting in 2nd place for a time being, he will come in 7th.
Oh, we got some confusion here at the finish.
I think the Danes missed it.
I think the Germans and the Swiss have gone the wrong way through the finish there. That motorboat to the top of the screens, the finish line, Switzerland and Germany. Oh, bit of an error here, big error in fact. Big error. They've sailed the wrong finish line. USA, they got it right through the gap there. Chaos, of course, you've got to remember back to the beginning, the Australians took out the finish mark.
Yep.
So they've changed it up, put the rib in as the top end of the finish, and I think Germany and Switzerland have made a mistake there.
We will sort out. What we do know is the first 5 teams are through clean. That's New Zealand, France, Spain, Great Britain, and Canada. And there is the situation. That is the league-leading 3-time reigning and defending champion Australians, winners of the last event. Stevie, that is not good.
No, that's really not good. I mean, everyone's safe on board. We're going to get a replay on board the Australian boat here. Of course, they had to turn suddenly. You can see they're not really ready. They're not expecting to have to turn. That boundary came up real quick. And almost to me looks like he could see the mark, but he just had to avoid a collision with the other boat. And yeah, it was obviously...
Look at this angle.
Look at that. Oh, my days. But yeah, he's thinking I've got right of way here, but there's a boundary to the right-hand side of our screen that New Zealand and Canada are allowed to turn, even though they're turning onto what would traditionally not be the right of way. So they avoid that collision, but oh, my word, big impact. And that's the best of the best there. Matter the speed they've lost. They're struggling to get the board on the left-hand side of our screen down in the last 2 maneuvers. That was the board that had a problem in the last race.
And look how close it is now, as you talk about it, on course, Emirates GBR, and they are now stuck in the water.
They're off the foot. Someone's overboard, Todd. Someone's overboard. Oh, my word, that looks like the fairing's broken. They're trying to reach through, and he's just clearly, whoa, disaster for Emirates Great Britain.